It's Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thought I'd do a quick video to show you how I store water. If you go online, you'll find all sort of emergency preparations and preparedness websites that stress the importance of storing water. The old rule is you can live for 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So storing water is very important. You never know when your water is going to be shut off by accident, like maybe if construction crews are doing something down the street and suddenly you find out you're not going to have water for 4 or 5 hours, and you might just need water to flush a toilet even. So the easiest way, you can buy all kinds of water purification tablets, which I use. You can find purification straws and all that stuff. I have shelves in my garage that are designated for water storage, and I tend to use, I like these thicker orange juice containers. I also have used milk cartons, but they will degrade faster, but these are really good. I take off any kind of plastic ring that's on there, and I always just store mine in gallon containers. If you are using big drums or something like that, you need to go online and research the proper amount of bleach to put in for that, because I'm just going to be showing you the gallon containers. I find that that's easiest for storage and for use. Also, it's worth knowing before I do this, I keep mine for about 2 years on the shelf, and then I will pour them all into my rain barrels, and I will start over. I'll refill them. That way I'm just getting a fresh supply of water. It's good to put it in my rain barrel, and it cleans my rain barrel out and then it sits in that bleach. I don't use that water for a couple months, so it doesn't go to waste. I do eventually use it. But if you're using the stored boiled water with the bleach, you will need to boil this water before you use it for human consumption, and probably I would also say for washing too, because it might irritate your skin. You're using a very small amount of bleach per gallon. First thing I'm going to do is put the bleach in. I'm just using a no store brand. It's just straight bleach. You don't want any kind of scent, mountain lavender or whatever. You don't want any of that. You want it completely scent-free, fragrance-free. I'm just going to put some in a saucer. I have a stainless steel little measuring scoop, and I'm using 1/4 of a teaspoon per gallon. So each one of these are going to get 1/4 of a teaspoon of bleach. Also, again, since I'm storing my water outside, I want to make sure that I don't fill it all the way to the top, because in the crazy event that it freezes, and we've only had a few winters where things out in the garage would freeze, you want there to be room for expansion in there so your jar doesn't burst. So, I mean, that's just a common thing. So that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to put my lids on, like I like to do. I like to put my lids on and then put like a sandwich baggie over the top, and then secure it with a rubber band just for extra on the top to keep so when if I needed to use it, I don't have to clean everything before I open it. I can just take that baggie off and my top is still nice and clean. And like I said, if I was using this for consumption, I would boil it to get rid of that bleach taste. It's not going to be a lot. 1/4 of a teaspoon for a gallon of water is a very minute amount. It's enough to kill any kind of bacteria that wants to try to grow in here, and it keeps from any kind of algae from growing in there. And I will say I have accidentally left my water for it was 4 years one time. I don't know what happened, probably babies or something. I want to say it was Y2K actually that something happened anyway in year 2000. I looked at the dates, and they had been there for 4 years, so we did all new water at that point because it was Y2K. Everyone was doing things then. And the water was fine. We boiled some and we smelled of it, and we ended up using it for all kinds of things. But it had been there for 4 years. So that's the longest I've ever left it. I do try to change it out every 2 years. That's my thing. I know some people will say 1 year, some people will say more, some people will do it 5 years. But 1/4 teaspoon, no fragrance, unscented bleach to 1 gallon of water. So I hope this has helped. If you need to learn, there's all kinds of websites, .gov websites, prepping websites that talk about in depth about water storage in bigger drums, bigger containers. I just find that the gallon jugs are easy for me to do what I need to do with them, and they're also easy when it's like I said, I've had situations where construction lines, new construction, water went down for a whole day, and people were going to hotels. It's like, whatever, pull out my jug. So the jugs just to me are working. They're also good for if you're going camping or something. You already have them, and you can grab them and take them with you. So you already got water stored. Because if you start buying water in big jugs and stuff, it gets a little expensive after a while, and it is water. So and I do it just straight from the tap water. So you could do this, bottled water or whatever too, if you wanted to, and then add the bleach to it. I've done both. I've used like Ozarka water and put those in containers and added the bleach. But usually I just use right out of the tap and I add the bleach. So this has been Angie, and I hope I've at least made you start thinking about how you're going to store water. And if you don't have water, you don't have life. So that should be the #1 priority before you even get into laying into food for prepping. Make sure you started laying in that water. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.